Good day. I want to talk a little bit about what a mooring line is, moorline or mooring line, and comprehension of like what a vessel is. Because I had another mass shipping dream involving just the concept and ideology of essentially the shipping war that we're in. And if you really want to know more about that, because if you have a birth certificate, you are in a shipping war. You are essentially cargo on somebody else's bullshit dank ass ship. I'll put the links for more knowledge about the truth and the facts with that. lastflagstanding.com, piercingdynasty.com, and Warcastle's really good starts to figuring out where you are in time and space. And such. But I had a dream last night about a specific company, and they essentially prior to this dream last night, the terminal, I saw this video of basically this big ass rope or line that was attached to this dock, and a ship was being essentially attached to it. It was on the other end, and it was the ship attached a line to the dock, and there was these dock workers that were on the dock with this mooring line, and there was some slag in the rope, but you could see the rope. It was actually, there wasn't slag. That was a different video. It was completely, it was tight. So you didn't think anything was going to happen, but all of a sudden the rope snapped and it took out one of the workers. So these are heavy, massive ropes. Sometimes they're steel, but they're just what mooring lines are. Basically the ship or the vessel, specifically the vessel, usually a cargo ship or some sorts, will throw a rope or a line of some sort to a dock or attach themselves so they don't float away, and to maintain stability of the vessel. Stability, that's a key word to a mooring line. Now, what a vessel is, and I found this out after, again, getting my claim of the life documentation. Again, please watch the videos or on the links below in the little paragraph to really comprehend where you are, because I learned so much. Your body is a vessel. A vessel is anything that can be put into motion by volition of thought and intention. And then specifically in this construct, through contract. But in my dream, I was like, there is this company who I'm familiar with. They kept essentially trying to, I was kind of the observer in my dream, and they kept trying to attach their mooring line to essentially what I was observing as my vessel, not my body, but just like the symbolic sense of myself as a vessel. For better terminology, I'll say my ship. They're trying to attach their ship to my ship. And I've dealt with this company before. I used to like them. Now they are shady ass company specifically. And I woke up and I realized, I'm like, wow, like, what is the dream trying to tell me? Essentially, I've had to look, I'm like, well, damn, like, people really like my stability, because I try to be as stable and grounded as possible, but I'm not realizing where all these other fucking unseen companies and vessel or entities at this point, because if you don't have knowledge, you can't really comprehend yourself as an actual vessel. All these unseen entities are trying to attach themselves, and benefiting from my own stability, and they're just going to go along trying to do stuff without fee freight, without contracting appropriately. Like, hey, you want your stability and you don't want to sink and go under. Well, So I'm like, damn, like, where is this happening that I'm not seeing, where these fuckers are attaching their mooring line or throwing these mooring lines to try to dock themselves and get benefit from my own work, from my own sweat equity and my own work? Because I'm the one maintaining the stability of going through these waves here, while these other companies or entities, so to speak at this point, I don't even want to say people, are just lollygagging around, benefiting, sucking up fucking the rest of the ocean's resources, the sea of resources. And they're like, la 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 la, thinking that they're not going to get consequence for just completely fucking assuming the stupidest thing, like, she's not gonna care. It doesn't matter if she, like, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny at some point, because this happens throughout my life, where people will underestimate me. They will assume that they can do what they do without me doing anything or taking notice. And just because I don't do or say something in regards to an action that they've taken in my presence or even at me, just because I don't say or do anything about it doesn't mean that I don't see it and that I won't do something about it later on to justify the situation. Oh, by the way, did you know that, like, just randomly when you're formatting your documentation on some of these platforms, you can just go to the justify button and click justify, and it, like, magically aligns the whole document construct so that's almost like a perfect square. Very pretty. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to figure out that justify button in my life. It's quite a beautiful metaphor, symbolically speaking. But yeah, definitely research the links, or look at the links that I'm talking about below, because, well, right now, I mean, I said a while ago I would make a video, and I will, because I've got myself on trial right now. I'm looking at some certain things that I'm trying to observe, some certain things that I'm doing, and I'm like, where I'm not seeing stuff, what other people are doing and what they're not seeing, and thinking that they can either get away with, or that they think that they're justified in some way to do that when they're not. So anyways, take this term away. Mooring lines specifically, what they are, what a vessel is, and where are people trying to attach their mooring lines. And it's called mooring lines for a reason. In 1777, when the U.S. first started, even though it was in a debtor position, you learn more about that in the links, but one of the first groups of people, or king, I don't remember if the Moors were kings, but first, like, contract treaties that we had at the time was in 1777 with the Moors, specifically in regards to shipping. So ask yourself in your life, where in your life are certain people trying to essentially attach themselves via, like, a mooring line to your own vessel, gaining something without full conscious consent, full contract, and thinking that that's okay, when it's clearly not. The terms and conditions were not communicated or identified or contracted appropriately. So I think that's something I need to look at, or, like, observe more, and then maybe take action about it. But I think other people can take something away from that too. Anyways, peace out. Hope you have a good day, and truth wins.